great pains to tell you that the I30 N sedan N Line isn't really that fast. Now, I guess as with everything, that comes down to perspective. And you got to remember that I jumped out of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GR4 Yaris before this. So comparatively, it's not. But that's not to say that it's actually slow. The 1.6 turbo's got 150 kilowatts, and the DCT does a pretty good job of using it. Even though from a stop-start, it does try and protect the transmission. But that was the Sprinter 80, and it was not particularly rough. Same thing goes for the rest of the car. It's not particularly rough. I mean, it's still got really good composure on the road. There's a little bit of tyre noise from the larger 18-inch wheels, which you kind of expect anyway. But if you're looking for something that you can drive every day, but also drive on weekends, it's a pretty fair compromise. And again, the price, you're looking around about, my list price is supposed to be under 32. You can get it a little bit cheaper if you go for the manual rather than the 7-speed DCT like I've got. But you're probably looking around the sort of mid-30s drive away, which is pretty good considering it's got leather interior, nice sporty seats, the aforementioned low-profile tyres and really good grip. But it just makes the daily drive actually something where you are willing to pay attention. So I mean, you can compare it to, there's a few other things in that sort of price range. Actually, there's a truckload of things in that price range. And what really sets the I30 sedan apart from the rest of those is the design. So, I mean, you can look good in traffic, which is kind of handy. But I did find that if you drive things like, you know, I find the mid-spec Corollas to be fairly good. The hatchbacks are too small. There's no back seat, no luggage space. This fixes all of those problems. And then when you compare it to things, so for example, the Cerato GT, which is kind of around the price range, they're a little bit harder and a little bit rougher. And to be honest, I kind of prefer that. But for those of you who aren't into visceral noise making and general buffoonery, this is a much more refined option. Mechanical grip is very strong. So 235 is probably about the right size for anything up to about 1500 kilos. And this, as I've said, it's a very non-fussy way to get some speed. So if you want to go doing track stuff, go and buy something that's a little bit more track focused, like the I30N. Without the line on the end is the full Monty performance version. They don't have one of those in the sedan yet, but it may be coming here. You can get the hatch if you really want that sort of intensity. But for a daily driver, this is kind of the perfect mix.